Hi guys, my name is Faith. Welcome to my channel. I post every Monday, and today we're going to talk about books that inspire me, and we're on like a new set of books. So let me just show you the stack. Yeah. Okay, so the first, and this is like my excuse to talk about my 5-star books, but like they inspired me as a writer too, because like any book that I like will eventually inspire my writing. So the first book we're talking about is Barrowtown by Fredrik Backman. So this book is about this town, and it's about like how this town reacts to I don't know his name, but like one of the most I guess talented hockey players sexually assaulting a girl in the town, and like everyone has a different reaction, and we kind of just like follow them, and it's just like almost like short stories of everyone, except it's like it repeats. I don't know, I love this style of stories where it's like you just have everyone's perspective, and like you get like everyone's point of view. Everyone's point of view in the novel, and I don't know, I just love it when stories do that, and this book did that. And I also think I'm starting to like sports books, because this is about like hockey, and just like I like the competition of it, and like the conflict that this story has. And what else? And just I really like this novel. And it's a winter read, which honestly I don't really read much winter books, so I'm definitely going to get the second book in this series. I don't know what the second book is called. It's like Us Against Them. Yeah, I think it's Us Against Them. And so and this is honestly the Fredrik Backman book like I've been waiting for, because I read something A Man Called Ove, and I was like, oh, this is the Fredrik Backman y'all were talking about. But like reading this book made me realize why you guys like him so much, and I'm gonna get more into his books. And the second book is Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellors. So this book is about this relationship that starts between a 24-year-old named Cleo and like a 40-year-old. And if you hear background noise, that's my sister. She's drawing. Okay. And like Frank, who is 40 years old. And so pretty much this relationship starts, and then we kind of just like watch this relationship and like how everyone's affected by this relationship, and we just like watch the relationship. Oh yeah, they get married. So I just like marriage stories. Like I just like seeing people's backstories and like how this affects their relationships, and I just really like this book. And it's like usually I don't like sad girl lit, but like this could be considered a sad girl lit book, but I really liked it. And I think it's because first of all, I'm pretty sure it's named that Cleo has depression, like unlike most books where it's just like, oh yeah, what do they have, and it's just some random mental illness that we don't know about, like we don't know the name of. And also I think that Frank's POV also made it good, because it was actually interesting instead of just like following Cleo and her mental health. Which I'm fine with the book like that, but like I don't know, it gets boring, which I get it, that's the point, but at the same time it's like I don't know, I just don't like it. So I really like this book, and I'm gonna reread this book soon, because I loved it. And so this is my next read. The third book we have is Roller Girl by Victoria Jameson. So this book, honestly, my sister gave this book to me as a birthday gift, and it's a middle grade novel. I read like the first time I got this book was from my teacher when I was like in 5th grade, I think. I was turning 12, whatever age me turning 12 was like my teacher gave it to me, I think. Like as a birthday gift. I think they gave like each kid a book for their birthday. I don't remember exactly how it was, but like I really like, so this book is about, let's just talk about what this book's about. Astrid, who she has this best friend. Oh yeah, plus this copy is like beat up because like it's used, and yeah. But anyways, this is about Astrid, and she has this best friend named Nicole, and Nicole and her are like falling out because they have different interests. Astrid's interest is in roller derby, and she's like more tomboyish or whatever. And then Nicole, she's into ballet, and she's becoming friends with someone Astrid doesn't like. And like we watch as this friendship kind of falls apart because of Astrid's selfishness, I guess. Because like Nicole has always followed what Astrid has done, and like we just follow her just like making new friends, Astrid making new friends, and like discovering her faults, I guess. And it's a graphic novel for me. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of my favorite books, which I think I'm going to read more graphic novel contemporary books, because I feel like this is the type of thing that got me into reading in general. Because when I was a kid, I didn't really like reading. Oh, I probably should have said what I learned from each book, like how it's inspired my writing. We'll get back into that, I guess. Yeah, we'll get back into that. But or should I not? Because like yeah, I might not, because it's just like, but whatever. Okay, so this got me into contemporary novels, and I think I'm gonna buy more like contemporary graphic novels, because I just really like this category of books. Like I think I'm going to buy Twins by someone, I have no idea, but like Twins next. So yeah, I just loved these sad contemporary novels as a kid, and I still love it now. And yeah, and it was easier to read a graphic novel when I was a kid, because like I didn't really like reading, and yeah, I just didn't like reading as a kid. Yeah. The next novel, which this is also a beat up copy, like there's some like tape on the sides. I don't know if you see that, or and like this random thing right here, and like the page is like messed up right here. Okay, it doesn't matter though. But yeah, I got this used because the first time I read this book was last year during my AP Lit class, and I really liked it, so I needed a copy, but I also didn't want to spend like full price on a copy, so I just got the used version. Okay, so this book is about these two sisters. So it's about sisters, and okay, but it's about sisters, and we follow the two sisters. They don't know they're sisters, but it's like they have the same mom, and I get, yeah, because they have the same mom, and you discover why. So we follow like their family lines, and it's like one stays in Ghana, and then the other is sold into slavery, and so they are in America, and we follow like their timelines, and like we follow, and it's like a short story for like each person, and it's like you never go back to the person, but it's like you kind of like see the story of the other person through the new generation's eyes. Like, let me show you, like, the, what I'm trying to say. So, this, oops, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys? Or, I don't know. But, practically, like, you see the family tree and, like, how one, like, you kind of just follow it down the line and, like, yeah, it's like a short story per person, and I really liked it because it was like most of the people's stories was like really interesting, and I liked that. And yeah, they always had like something interesting about them, and yeah, and it's a historical novel. Well, obviously it's historical. This book honestly made me want to like try that style out. Plus, by the way, when I said VidzCom, each of the books inspired me in some way. Beartown, it's like my new obsession with sports novels and like potentially writing one. Cleopatra and Frankenstein, it's like the marriage novel. Yeah, the marriage novel, and kind of just like wanting to write that. Roller Girl, that one's just like it inspired me as a child to write in general, and I just really like the novel, and it's about friendship, and I just loved books about friendship back then. But yeah, so this novel, it's just like I kind of want to write one of these types of novel. Okay, well, my sister left. But yeah, I really want to write one of these novels where it's like little short stories per person, and that's why I want to write what's it called, The Talented Family, and I kind of want to just like have each of them have their own perspectives, and I just think that would be really cool. And like each of them has their own perspectives, and then like when you go to the next character, you kind of just like realize like a little bit of something different about like the other character. It kind of switches your mind. And also another thing that made me kind of want to do that is Waves. If you've watched Waves, which I'll talk more about all this later, but like I just really want to write something like that, and this book inspired me. I also love the writing of it, and it's just a really good book. I'd completely recommend it, and I've read this twice. I really love this book. And then let's go to our last book. This is a recent read. I read this like during the vlog. I talked about reading this, and I read it in 2 days. Okay, so it's The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett. So this book is about two sisters again, except they do know each other in the beginning, but then they separate. So one sister, like, okay, so there's Desiree, or Desiree. I just realized I never knew how to say, because I kept calling her Desire, but like there's 2 E's in her name, isn't there? Yeah, so I'm just gonna call her Desire. If that's not her name, then whoops. But okay, Desire, she's kind of just like this wild kid or whatever, and like she goes to New Orleans with her and like she finally convinces her twin sister Stella to go with her, and she really wants to escape this town named Millard, I think, or something like that. But like when they're there, Stella, like, is my sister coming back up? I think she is. Or not. Okay. But Stella starts passing as white, and she leaves her sister Desire, or Desiree. I don't know, Desire, let's call her Desire. But she leaves her sister Desire to start going as white, passing it, because she wants to be a white person. And like, oh yeah, Millard is like a town full of light skinned black people. But like, and they're so light skinned that they could pass as white, but the things they don't, because if they're caught, then obviously there are big consequences to their actions. So anyways, we follow these 2 sisters. First, Desire, who gets in this bad relationship with this guy named Sam, and they have a daughter, and like she escapes there and goes back to Millard, and we follow her just like going back to the place that she didn't want to go to. And yeah, we just kind of follow that storyline, and then we follow her and then her daughter, and then we go to Stella's POV where we see her white passing and how this affects her. And then we also follow her daughter, which I will say the daughter was like my least favorite, like Kennedy, who's the daughter of Stella. But yeah, I really like this book. Yeah, Kennedy, who's the daughter of Stella, I didn't really like her because it was just, she just annoyed me. I don't know, I just didn't like her. But everyone else I loved, and it's just like we like, there is love stories in like a couple of the POVs which I really liked, like especially Reese and what is this girl, and Jude, I think, yeah. Reese and Jude's relationship, I really liked their relationship. I thought they had a great relationship and it was so cute. And I just, usually I'm not into relationships in novels, in literary fiction, because I just feel like it just doesn't do it for me. I feel like it's usually unnecessary, but like these, like though the relationships could have just like not been, actually no, I feel like they very much fit into the novel and they very much did something for the novel, and I really like them. And I also liked the Stella POV because, oh yeah, plus Desire and Jude have their love stories, obviously. But I also liked Stella because we watch as she's white passing and how scared she is of like getting caught and like her regretting doing this, and it's so good. Like this book is so good. I love it. And it was just, and I also didn't know I could love an adventure novel, because this is like, well, not an adventure novel, but like a journey novel, like a book about like journey, and like I mean like a physical journey, as in like you come from one place and you travel to another place. Because I tend, and just like other things, but like tend to not like novels like that because I just feel like it's too much, or like that it's like focused on the journey too much. I don't know, I just tend to not like those novels. But like this book did it really well, because like there are two journeys now that I'm thinking about it. Stella obviously to turning white passing, and Desire like coming from her abusive relationship to Millard. And then yeah, there's another thing I wanted to say. I read another book by this novel. It's The Mothers by her, and I didn't like that book. Honestly, why am I at, like, I just keep saying, oh my gosh, I won't talk about books I don't like, but then it's like the next thing I know I'm talking about books I don't like. But it's like, if I like one book by an author, then I'm fine with saying I don't like another book by the author, if that makes sense. But anyways, yeah, she, like, the author has like this very much like, it gets like wide, almost wider as the story goes on. I like, it's like it becomes this big novel. Like it's like everyone eventually has like some sort of perspective, and like we kind of hear the town's views and like that, which it didn't work in The Mothers, because I felt like that book was like too small. And I also think because these characters were adults, because I tend to not like young main characters, it's just not my thing. But like because these characters were older, I thought it was like just better. And yeah, I just really liked it. Is there anything I'd take from this novel? I feel like maybe the romance, because I really like the romance. Like the idea that you can, oh, I know what I was gonna say. Okay, her novels span a long time period, and in The Mothers, I didn't like that because it was like there was quite literally no point in doing that, because like the characters are I don't know, there was just no point in doing it in my opinion, because it was a contemporary novel. But like this one, I could see the reason why. I really like this novel. It was really sad. What I could take from this novel is the romance, like having like these romances like represent something, but like not a useless romance. I don't know, like if the story isn't fully about romance, like you can still have romance if you do it in a certain way, like this book did it. Yeah, that's what I learned from that novel. Plus I completely forgot when it came to Beartown. One thing I have to say about Beartown is that I don't like when there is a lot of main characters, but like I don't like when there are a lot of main characters that are just like introduced at the end. But it's like they were all at the beginning, and if they weren't at the beginning, then they were kind of just like random town people, and it's just like I like it when it's like the whole town has a perspective. Like I like it when we're just like following the town, and I just thought that was interesting. So anyways, this is my stack of, these are heavy books, of books that inspire me. Yeah, it's a pretty good stack. And this is like probably going to be my last video. Not my last video, but like for a while now, because like the last book I read was the last book I read was The Vanishing Half. So I'm just gonna have to come up with a whole new 5 books, which books tend to not be 5 stars for me. So I think I'll talk about shows that inspire me and just like things like that. But yeah, this is the stack of books that inspire me as a writer. I feel like I've taken elements of each book into like my process of like books that I like, into my process of creating books. So each of these books are going to have elements that come up in my novels, and they have deeply impacted me in some sort of way. Like even this little middle grade novel, like like making me start looking at middle grade graphic novels again. And I just, yeah, these are books that inspire me, and I hope you read them, because like I think they're really good books. So thank you for watching. Bye.